Hello and welcome to Marketing Chairside. We are here to help you solve problems in your marketing. And today, by the way, I'm Jonathan with Pro Impressions. Today I have with me Adam from Shot by AG. Did I say that right?
You did. Luckily. Thank you so much for having me today.
You're not a farmer, so you're not shot by ag.
No, not today. I am originally from Southern Ohio, so plenty of farming in my blood.
Good. Well, that might come in handy at some point.
I hope not.
So, as I said in the intro, Adam, you help people solve problems in their dental practices. You have a videography company, but your specialty, and in fact, your sole focus of your business is helping dentists solve problems in their marketing. With that, can you tell us more about that?
You've done such a great job already. Yeah, so I specifically focus on dental professionals to ensure that the message and the quality of the message is clear and concise. Sometimes the message, it can get very muddy, and you can focus on the wrong story very easily.
Yeah, and then one of the other things that we've talked about is consistency, because starts and fits. I'm I'm guilty of that with Marketing Chairside. Get going on
Same.
a topic with somebody and record a few videos, and then it'll be a few weeks or a
Crickets.
month of radio silence. How do you help them
Right,
with
right.
consistency?
Well, so we come up with a way to assess their goals, and then we go through a content calendar together. So I try to identify the specific patient education is key. So I like to follow the give, sell. Give,
Yes.
sell. You want to be able to provide value for your patients. And also, when you're showing up on a day-to-day basis, they understand that you value them and that you care.
Yep. Keeps them engaged. And so when you start working with an office and you start solving some of these patient education, consistency, helping them really shine as the great practice that they are, how does that make them feel? I mean, what is it like working with you and getting that on board as part of the marketing plan?
Yeah, so what really sets me apart as well is that I have a background in musical theater, film and television. I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, so I've been on camera for decades. And the one thing I want them to walk away and feel is that the anxiety is gone because you're already wearing so many hats in your practice. The last thing you need to focus on is, do I look good on camera? How do I sound? My voice sounds weird. What am I even saying anymore? I'm there to coach and help you through all of that. And it really helps once they have an idea of what they want to say. Typically, when we run through these FAQs or educational videos or even marketing videos, when we talk about veneers and dental implants and Invisalign, all these different things, they talk like a dentist, right? So I hear the dentist and I regurgitate back the story, what really is going to, land on somebody and make sure that they feel the impact of what they're saying.
So you solve problems with regurgitation. That's great.
Regurgitation, that's what I do.
What happens when these clients try? Like, what have you seen in the wild that maybe drives you crazy? Or, I mean, how are some of the ways that dentists have tried to solve these problems on their own, like without hiring you?
I think honestly, showing up on social media is a win. Um, Being there consistently is key. But sometimes when offices try to do it themselves and they're just not really hitting the mark, it can do a lot more harm than good. So when somebody lands on your website and they see a really poor quality welcome video, or you have a landing page set up from a sales funnel and they get there and it's poor imagery, poor videos, no explainers, you're just doing so much more harm for your practice than you are good.
Right. Right. And I love working with you. We have a common client, and I know that we both just love working with the doctors Rice in Rice Dentistry.
Right? The
Um,
doctor's
but I
right.
think what makes them super successful and just sets you apart as, you know, not just a guy with a camera, but a guy with a camera and a plan, or at least you know your role in the plan, is that it's not
Right.
just a one-time event. You know, it's a process of keeping that social media filled. And I love that you mentioned the content calendar, because I think that's amazing. But so what makes Rice Dentistry and you know, your other ideal clients just like fantastic fits for you?
Um, so they're great because they are focused. So they already know what they want. They know their goals. They know the specific type of patient that they're going after. By having all of that, I can craft better storyboards, if that makes sense. Storyboards is when I know from A to Z how a video is going to function. And so when they came to me, I mean, they already had a welcome video. So typically, what I would like to do is have the foundation of the house set. They had a lot of content in that space already, but what they really wanted to focus on, as you know, were landing pages for their marketing efforts. So we focused solely on dental implants, educational videos dealing with that, introducing them to it, the what, why, how, who is it right for. We made sure we had all of those ducks in a row, and they knew exactly what they wanted and when they wanted it. So they were reaching the right audience at the right time.
Yeah, a man with a plan. That's definitely Dr. Rice.
Yeah, sometimes you they didn't really they weren't looking for more hygiene patients. And I think when you understand what kind of patient you want, you know, then you can really focus in on the type of video that you're going to create.
Right, right. And I know that the dental focus for you has helped you tremendously in terms of kind of getting a better end product than just showing off a shiny machine and what an operatory looks like. You
Right.
mentioned earlier getting people to not sound like a dentist. How do you get that performance out of a dentist? How do you get them to tell a story, or is that something you do in post?
It's twofold. Yeah, exactly. I think you hit it right on the head. Obviously, during production, I have a lot of experience in coaching, obviously from acting experience. Um, and so you kind of have to approach it with an open mind. And I think a lot of the times, videographers will come in and they have this approach that they think is going to work, and it feels like you're just hitting a wall. And so I have a lot of tools and a lot of tricks in my belt that I can pull out and just kind of coax them along. I can go line by line. I do line readings for them. I They don't like it, but I do make them do breathing exercises and warm ups before they go on camera. It just helps a lot to be able to loosen up, get lively, and then approach the camera with enthusiasm.
Some
And the
energy.
one thing, if anyone can takes take one thing home, when you're on camera and you're a dentist and you feel like you struggle on camera explaining things and you feel like you come off very cold, sometimes that happens when you're talking about medical procedures. Act like you're just talking to a group of kindergartners. And I have my one note has always been, and it's worked, I think, every time but once. Whereas, like, hey, you're just talking to a group of preschoolers or kindergartners. You're explaining it to them with a smile. It's not bad. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's actually really interesting, you know. And then there's the performance.
I love it. Just, oh, that there are just some personalities that I'm like, yes, I want to see that. So, um, if someone decides, yep, it's been on my mind, I want to make this happen. It's something that I've needed to really get serious about for a while. What are kind of the the milestones of working with you on a project? Like, what does the process look like?
Yeah, first it's the reach out, and You know better than anyone if.
That's our timer, so
Oh,
we got to
that's our timer.
wrap up
Oh
soon.
no.
The screaming man says we're at 10 minutes.
Here we go. I think you know better than anyone that when you have a plan and you have a marketing plan, that is key. So when you approach me, the first thing I'm going to ask you, do you have a marketing in place? Do you have somebody who runs your website? I want to get in touch with them. I want to talk to them. I want to understand where they're coming from, what their goals are in tandem with you, and then I can focus on our goals. And then we have a full constructive. We had so many emails going back and forth talking about what we needed with these landing pages and the website. So that's step one. And then we go through and I try to find your voice. I spend some time in your office. I meet the team, understand. I get you on camera a few times to kind of see what your voice is already. And then I like to sit you down and do some one-on-one interview sessions so that I can really coach you and see where we're going. So sometimes you have these offices, they're like young, hip offices, and then you have some that are just more, I want to say regal or elegant, and they feel more like spas.
Yeah.
And you want to portray them so that their branding matches. Because if I create a video for you, and you're more of a spa like office, but I'm using weird house techno type music and flashy transitions, it's going to throw everything off. Because if you use that in a marketing campaign and someone clicks over and they expect to be at this hip young EDM concert basically, they're going to be sorely mistaken, and then you're just confusing your audience. So that's step two: is your voice, your branding. What does that look like? And then I want to assess what you have already and what we can either do better with and expand on, and then where we can take it from there. So I like to break down each category so that we have it's specificity, specific content for each service that you've got. I want to make sure that whatever question your patient has, there's a video for that. You shouldn't have to waste your time, in a chair in a consult, just answering question after question. I'm hoping that they're going to your website and they're answering those questions for themselves. That should all just be there, ready to go.
Right. Right. And so if someone says, "Good, let's talk," maybe I'm not ready to go, but I at least want to talk. What's the best way that they can get in touch with you?
I love Instagram. I respond very quickly on DM. Obviously, you can get a hold of me at www.shopbyagmedia.com. You can find my email there. I love to engage with people on Instagram, and I can also get a sense of your voice. And so as soon as I have a phone call with you, I can already tell the kind of office that you are, so I can make really great recommendations and talk to you more on a personal level with where you're standing right now.
Right. Rather than just in abstract. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, if someone doesn't take this jump, doesn't start investing in quality video content for their practice, I mean, what's the forecast in this environment in social media for that client?
No, it's potentially not good. I mean, like I mentioned before, the practice, they run the risk of actually deterring a potential patient with subpar content and inconsistent content. Because sometimes I see offices where, like they'll just blast a bunch of content and then it's crickets. And really, it's the momentum is moving, and then you've just taken 5 steps back. That's the risk. So you're putting a lot of money into something, and then you've just kind of lost it. It's not completely lost, but you're taking a couple steps back every time you kind of like ease off the pedal. So that's why you want to be ready. That's why I always make sure that they're ready to go. But yeah, the impact, it can be negative, but we can ensure it's a positive with quality, proper story, and focused message.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for helping people kind of understand the role of video and storytelling and the kind of problems that you see out there. I mean, I think this has been very helpful. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you. It's always been great working with you, so I appreciate being here.
Same here, Adam. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are, here as consistently as we can be with Marketing Chairside, trying to help you solve problems in your marketing. Please like, subscribe. Subscribing is great because then it's kind of spoon fed to you. But like us on Instagram. We really appreciate that, and it helps us get the word out. And of course, this is Pro Impressions Marketing Production, so you can check us out at www.proimpressionsgroup.com. Thanks.